In the next few minutes, we will learn about the place values of letters in the English alphabet. As asked in many exams, we need to learn place values of English letters, like B is the second letter, K is the 11th letter, and so on. People generally use two methods to remember them: Ejoti, which implies that E is 5, J is 10, O is 15, and so on, and Cephalorax, which implies that C is 3, F is 6, I is 9, and so on. But in this video, we'll learn them using Bozo-Baka learning technique. We have divided letters into logical groups rather than learning them sequentially. So just go with the flow, and we promise that you will be a master of it in no time. So let's start. I, which is 9. Notice that there's the sound of I in 9. So I is 9 and 9 is I. L, which is 12. Notice that there's the sound of L in 12. So L is 12 and 12 is L. R, which is 18. In Hindi, 18 is 18. Notice that there's the sound of R in 18. So R is 18 and 18 is R. S, which is 19. Again, in Hindi, 19 is 19. So notice that there is the sound of S in 19. So S is 19 and 19 is S. There's another method of S. Notice that we can make 9 from S. So S is 19 and 19 is S. N, which is 14. Now atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. So N is 14 or 14 is N. Alternatively, you can remember it from the fact that 14 November is Children's Day. So 14 is N and N is 14. V, which is 22. In English, V is used in plural form which needs at least 2 people. So V is 22 or 22 is V. Alternatively, when you show a V for victory sign, you use 2 fingers. So V is 22 or 22 is V. H, which is 8. Now remember the word hate. So H is 8 and 8 is H. Alternatively, you can see that if we join using these 2 lines, then H becomes 8. So H is 8 and 8 is H. W, which is 23. There are 2 dots here and 3 dots here. So W is 23 and 23 is W. Alternatively, you can see that if we rotate W, it becomes 3. So 23 is W and W is 23. X, which is 24. There are 2 lines which are used to create these 4 blank spaces. So X is 24 and 24 is X. F, which is 6. You can remember it using the line, the match was fix, so it's a 6. So F is for fix, which is a homonym for 6. So F is 6 and 6 is F. P, which is 16. Now vertical mirror image of P is 6. So P is 16 and 16 is P. G, which is 7. You can see the 7 hidden in this G, right? So G is 7 and 7 is G. Q, which is 17. You can see 7 hidden in this Q also, right? So Q is 17 and 17 is Q. K, which is 11. So K is 11 and 11 is K. U, which is 21. You can see 2 and 1 in this U, right? So 21 is U. T, which is 20. Remember T20 is in cricket? So T is 20 and 20 is T. Now let's learn Ejoti as well. Now E is 5, J is 10, O is 15, T is 20 and Y is 25. From here you can learn that E is 5 and 5 is E, J is 10 and 10 is J. You can also remember that in playing cards J is just above 10. So J is 10 and 10 is J. O is 15 and 15 is O. Now best way to learn O is Ejoti only. Though you can remember it using the fact that you use 5 fingers to form an O. You have already learned T20, so T is 20 and 20 is T. And now second last letter of the alphabet Y, which is 25. So Y is 25 and 25 is Y. Now regarding the first 4 letters, I believe you already know their place values. A is 1 and 1 is A, B is 2 and 2 is B, C is 3 and 3 is C, T is 4 and 4 is T. Now only one letter remains to be learnt, which is M. Now there are multiple ways to remember its place value. M is placed in the middle of English alphabets. So its place value is 26 by 2, which is 13. So M is 13 and 13 is M. Alternatively, you remember that on rotating W it becomes 3. So it was 23, right? Now similarly, M on rotation also becomes 3 and its place value is 13. So M is 13 and 13 is M. And lastly, you can remember this famous line from an Indian song to remember that M is 13 and 13 is M.
Bye.